Well, good afternoon, winners. Happy Monday to you. 2023 is your year. Guys, I just wanted to bring you a quick update video. This is going to be a two-part video. This first part is going to go out to everyone on YouTube and our private community. And the second part of the video is only for our private community. Why? Because I'm going to share some breaking news that almost nobody has about the coming of the ETF. In addition to that, I'm going to also discuss one of our positions that I am preparing to exit that is currently up 600%. And so anyway, when I take a look at how far that coin will go by my projection in the 2024-2025 rally, we are getting very close to being able to take that position and probably pivot. It's fantastic to pivot at the beginning of a bull market. It's a little more precarious to do it in the middle of a bull market. But I think I know exactly the coin to go to, and this should all play out directly in our hands. So anyway, I'll be discussing that token as well as some breaking news on the ETF in the second part of this video. If you're listening to this on YouTube, guys, come join our private community. Our private community has been growing for 6 years. We have almost all the same community members for 6 years, which should be very telling to those of you listening to this on YouTube and wondering, hey, I wonder if that's something I should do. If people stay for 6 years, that's a pretty good sign. And our community is big. It's in the thousands. So we'd love to have you. And this bull market is just getting underway. Hasn't even really got started yet. Probably won't till 2024. But in the meantime, I want to cover a couple of the coins, guys, starting with Bitcoin. Guys, you know that I have a target of that 48K level here. So we're going to put that in. We're going to talk about probability and possibility. And there's also a 38 to 40K level. Let's put it right here, about 40K. That's pretty close. And I don't know which one, if either, we're going to hit, but I feel like we're definitely going to hit the 40K, and I think it's probably going to be this week. But it's very, very possible that we could go all the way up to the 48K. It just depends on how much hype there is for the ETF. More importantly, after we do whichever one that it is, I think we're going to have a significant pullback to around the 31 area. So we'll put that one in, right down in here somewhere. And let's put that as red for support. And so whether we make it to 40 or whether we make it to the 47, 48 area, I'm actually also wondering if maybe we don't come up here. You have to remember that this, believe it or not, this is the last swing high right here. So you had a high and a low, and then you swung high, and then from there you just came down to here. So a lot of people would be looking for a break of 48. So there's also a possibility to me, I'll put this one in right here, that one could be a possibility as well, that 45 area. So there's quite a few upside potentials. Nobody's going to get it exactly right. So let's cover it all. And, we'll be able to gauge what's happening based on the momentum. I do think it kind of needs to happen this week. If not this week, the first part of next week. I think wherever we're capping out this week is probably it before Christmas. The other thing you have to keep in mind is that, the stock market is kind of expecting a Christmas rally to kind of merge with a bond rally based on recent fundamentals. But, Bitcoin's been going up already. So, we may not necessarily run all the way to Christmas. I'm not expecting that. I'm kind of expecting, whatever we're going to do, we're probably going to do in November, and then we're going to have a nice pullback and then go again. So just kind of reset the chart. I do think we're going to see this level again. I drew in the bottom trend line because I wanted to see where those merge, and those merge in February. So about the third week of February is where you could probably see, for example, Bitcoin goes up, maybe breaks that one, comes to this one, to the 45 area, immediately falls to here, starts back up. Everybody goes, here we go. And then we don't go. And we come down and retag that. I actually feel pretty confident about that scenario. I feel a little more confident that we're on the 40-41. I think that's pretty well in the cards. I'm not as confident on the 48, but I am feeling this 45 area right in here. Now, if we take some noise out of this chart, I mean, if we go really big and we go to the 6-month chart, this actually gets pretty good. You guys remember I did a video after the last bull market talking about keeping an eye on your 6-month chart and sometimes your 2-month chart. Let's get rid of the drawing here. Well, let me get rid of them independently. There we go. All right, so your next level here is about 46K on the 6-month chart. This one did not quite, this level here did not quite make it to there, if you're looking at that level of support. So there you would have had support. Your 6-month candle ended here, started here, touched here, almost touched there, and broke through here. Okay? So if you take the 6-month chart and look at it, boy, a lot of the noise goes away. Let's also do some math on this. Let's just do this for kicks and grins. Our move down here, let's put this in its right spot. Okay, so you can see you had a 10,900% return in this period here. This would have been multiple years. Once reset, we did 20% of that, or maybe 22% of that. So, and this entire move was 20x. I could see this next move being an 8 to 10x from the bottom on Bitcoin. And let's see if that comes in line with our targets of 120 to 140 on Bitcoin. So 140 would put you at 846%. So 8.5 times. Here you had 20. Here you had 100. Okay? And I think when that's all said and done, you're going to end up with a complete cycle, 144 wave cycle, and then we'll have some time down for a few months. Probably a few years, to be fair. I think the next bear market could be one of the ugliest bear markets that people have seen yet in Bitcoin, and everybody will think Bitcoin is dead, and very few retailers will get back in. Meanwhile, the institutions would have set up their platforms, and they'll all be getting back in, buying the retail's coins. Let's look at Cardano, guys. Cardano is looking really, really good. Again, we'll just go from this 6-month chart right here. At the 6-month chart, at the bottom of a downtrend, you have an inverted hammer. That's a very, very good sign for bullish sentiment. I would think any breakout would take us to the 72 to 75 level. And the reason I want to cover that is because if we get a nice spike in Bitcoin, or if the actual altcoins break out and go without Bitcoin, Bitcoin just creeps up to, say, the 40,000 area. But the altcoins are really on a tear. There are some positions here that I want to take profit in. You guys know that. So, you know, this is probably where I would take profit. I don't think I'd take any profit back at the high from, a couple months ago. I've already been there and I didn't take any profits. So I'd probably want to go to here if I were going to take any profits in 2023. Okay. Let's come on down here. Let's check our Ethereum trade. It was over 1900 a little earlier. Again, on your 6-month chart, 2300. I would definitely take some profits there. Let's go to our monthly. This 2700-ish area feels like a better target for me. And let's measure as well on that. Let's take a look at this move. Here to here. It actually started there. Let's put that here. Yeah, so that 2700, just by the basics of, you know, the equality math. You know, when we think about equality in the charts, probably that 2700 is better than this 32. I think you'd need Bitcoin to go to 47, 48 to hit 3200. So by my math, I think taking some profits, you guys are familiar with the $1 million trade I put on Ethereum. So up into this region, it's actually a little over $1 million. Let's do some math on that. So let's say we make 27. That's 54%. So that'd be about 600,000 minus your fees. I would take that profit for sure. I know there's a lot of people expecting us to have an ETF before the end of the year. So if that were to happen, these targets could get blown out of the water. Just keep that in mind. We'll talk about that on our next video, the one that we're going to do together. Let's take a look at one or two more here. So just FYI, this move on quant tells me that if Bitcoin makes a nice retracement, you could actually still see a new low on quant. So keep that in mind, guys. Oh, you know what? Let's look at XRP and XLM. XLM looking froggy. You had a nice move over here. Some follow through now in the monthly chart would be amazing. This over here was our 2021 rally. This has completed an entire market cycle now on the monthly even. 1, 2, this is 1, 2 of 3. This next move, in my opinion, is 3, guys. 3 is going to get big on the monthly chart. And you can look back here. I mean, XLM had the ability back here at 7 cents to go 1,200% in 2 months. To get up to our targets, which are way, way up there, you could have 3, 4, 5 months of this. And it's typically going to move with XRP. And XRP is looking like it's getting ready to go as well. I would not expect to see more than the 120, 130 area. And that's, again, with Bitcoin hitting kind of that 40K area. If Bitcoin goes 48,000, literally, guys, these targets I'm giving you can be a little bit fancy. They can be a little bit greater. They could be up into here. You get 160 out of this. I don't expect to make a new high on any of these right now. I expect the new highs to come in 2024. I'm looking for places. I'm probably going to take a little profit on XRP. I'm going to take profit on Ethereum. I might take some Cardano profit. I think I've made a few 100,000 free ones this year. And then there's the coin that we're up 600% on. Some of you that are a part of our team are probably already very aware of the position I'm talking about. So anyway, guys, for YouTube and for our private community, this is just a little bit of charting and a little bit of target, just searching and seeking for our targets, looking through a few of our positions. Again, we are in this for the long game. We are not traders, but we do have some positions on specifically just to take some profit for this year. The DOT trade is looking good. Guys, unless this really pops good here in the next, week or so, I would actually almost be saying the same thing here as I did about quant, that you might see a new low. So, if we make 150, 200% real quick on our entry, for those of you on YouTube, our entry was just a couple weeks ago. I'll show you because I think it was a damn good entry. We literally entered the market in our live stream that we do every Thursday. We entered the market right there on that day, on that line is where we entered the market. Lots of people bought Polkadot way up here. Lots of people bought Polkadot way up here. We bought Polkadot right there. So anyway, guys, keep an eye on this trade if this were to get spunky. This was your last swing high, so I would say a maximum this could go is probably $7, which would be about a double on your trade. And on the idea that this may come back and make a new low, when you look at the bigger charts, look at a 2-week chart. Yeah. This may not have been done yet to the downside. So yeah, this $7 up to roughly $7.76 would probably be a decent profit taking place, especially considering I believe Bitcoin's going to go up to some level, 40 or 46, 45,000, and then have a pretty decent retracement. A lot of these altcoins that haven't done amazing will probably see their low again. So for me, I put on 2 positions, 50,000 in each position. And so I'd maybe just take the 150,000 position off, which would be 100 grand. Not bad. All right, YouTube, listen, cryptoj.net. Cryptoj.net is how you join our private community. Our community is discounted right now. It's normally almost $200. We have it down to $115. Again, I would encourage you to come over, take a look. We don't lock you in anything. Pay for a month. And while you're there, ask our community members. Again, the community is big. We've been as big as about 4,000 folks. And, we did a little bit of culling ourselves. But the community is very big, and most of these people have been with us for about 6 years. Certainly, almost all of them have been with us for about 4 years. And again, I would encourage you to think about that for a minute, because people don't stay unless they're getting what they paid for. People don't stay and continue to pay month after month unless they're getting what they paid for. So come join us. We're having a lot of fun. And I'm going to do part 2 now of the video. And on this second part, it's only going to be for our community members. So YouTube, have a nice day.